I don't know. Is this a bit harsh or is it just me? I mean, like, unless they said something that was, against the company policy, like something really, really bad, really offensive. In America, I thought there was an amendment that sort of protected the rights of free speech. Yes, I guess that, it depends on what the person says, but to get fired over something you said on TikTok just seems, I don't know, it just seems a bit harsh. But then again, I guess, you should know there's certain things that you can't say online. I'm kind of caught in two minds on this one.
I just lost my job today. No warning. I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm gonna need you to sit this one out. See this video? You see this right there? That's a video of you earlier in the year claiming to reconstitute medications by twerking.
I got fired from my insurance job of 14 years because of my social media page.
Quick PSA, digital footprints are real. How was I supposed to know?
People in 2026 are losing their jobs, their
My
income,
God.
and their futures because they couldn't stop filming themselves at work. Every person in this video had a paycheck and traded it for content nobody will remember in a week. The internet is not your diary. It's a billboard, and your employer is driving past it every single day.
Quick PSA, digital footprints are real. How was I supposed to know? Who was gonna tell me? I started this job a couple days ago, and it's just like a desk job, like whatever. It's easy. It was good money. But I walked in today, and they were like, "Oh, hey Brian, can we speak to you in the back office real quick? Am I getting a promotion already?" So I walked back there with them, and there was like 5 people, and they were like, "Do you care to explain these?" And it was just like a couple of my videos that I posted in the past. And like my videos aren't even that bad. Like it's just like the F word. I was like, yeah, like that's me. Like, do you want a picture or something? They're like, oh,
Do you want a picture? Come on, man.
oh, we just don't want this person representing the company. So could you please take them down? What do you mean take them down? I didn't even know you when I made those videos. I said no. I was like, I don't want this. I don't need to do this. Bye. I quit.
Oh, no, dude.
Like, why does this matter?
Dude, they gave you the chance. I mean, just taking down some old videos to keep your job. What do you think? I think that's a pretty fair trade, especially if he's talking about, all the stuff that he just said he was talking about on those videos.
I made a TikTok at work that went viral. My job basically fired me for it. So that TikTok had over 800,000 views and like 6,000 likes before my manager texted me and told me to take it down. And then higher up management, corporate got involved, and they were going to terminate me if I didn't quit. So I took the TikTok down. I put in my 2 weeks. They made me leave halfway through my shift the day I put in my 2 weeks.
Oh!
And now I am no longer an ER nurse.
Oh!
So what do y'all think? Do I restore the TikTok that I deleted that went viral, or do I just continue to try and fly under the radar?
Damn, so she took the video down and still lost her job. Oh my God.
Got fired from GameStop for TikTok. For my TikToks. Oh my God, I'm dying. Yeah, my DM came, set up his computer, and was like, "Hey, can you come in the back?" And I'm like, "Oh God, am I in trouble?" He's like, "Just come in the back." I'm like, "Oh, do you do anything at work?" I'm like, "I make TikToks." She's like, "Oh, blah, 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 blah." I'll get to this in a second. Basically, don't be scared, but you're fired. Basically, they didn't like that I was disparaging certain products, like calling things stupid.
Why would you do that, though? You work for GameStop. Why would you talk bad about their products?
They didn't like that I was
Oh, come on.
making fun of certain customers, and they didn't like that I showed the safe in one video a bit back with stickers. Apparently that's a safety hazard.
On.
There was no comment on, that I talk about warranties, pro, trade, price matching, any of that. There's none of that. No, it's just, here's how you f***ed up.
Those all sound like legit reasons to be fired, especially showing the safe location.
Yeah, showing the safe location is insane. That's pretty much saying, yeah, here's the safe, guys. Come and rob us.
Because that's not a gray area. That's a security issue. The safe is
Yeah.
where the money is. You broadcast its location to the internet and then wonder why HR set up a meeting. And somebody else asked the question that nobody in these videos ever answers. Why are you even making TikToks during work hours in the first place? Is my question. Because
I guess, I mean, if it's on lunch, like if you're on lunch, I think that's pretty okay to make TikToks if you're on your lunch break or no.
that's the part that always gets glossed over. She wasn't making content on her lunch break in her car. She was making content on the sales floor during shifts about the company she worked for. That's not a side hustle. That's time theft with a ring light.
It's so funny watching people post stuff on here where I'm like, oh yeah, you're definitely gonna get fired for this. Every single person in this picture is now unemployed, and it's not really surprising. You just can't do this. Like, you just can't do...
You just can't do... Oh my God, this doesn't make sense. You can't pose with, like, dude, whoever wrote that, I mean... Your writing skills are pretty bad.
You can't pose with like the substances that your patients leave behind.
Us when we smell decaying teeth being drilled through the hole. Oh man, you can't do that about your customers.
Some of y'all must really hate your jobs. You must really hate paying your bills, having food in your mouth, having a roof over your head, financial stability.
Yeah, seems like that.
You must hate all that. You must be trust fund babies. You must have an inheritance coming. A settlement, coming from an accident of some sort? No? Because I don't know what would possess you to make a video like this and post it on the internet. Because somebody, I guarantee you, somebody is going to see that video and say, oh my gosh, I know them. And I know what dental office that is. And I'm going to call that dental office because, number one, it's in good faith. They really feel like these young ladies don't deserve to work with the general public, or they just want to cause trouble for somebody. I mean, it's a mixed bag. But jeopardizing your future to make a video like this, it just blows my mind, and y'all just won't stop.
I just think, it's just dumb. Like taking the mick out of your customers, saying that it stinks and stuff like that. Oh, like, why would you do that? Like, you could have made a joke about anything else, but not specifically what, customers are paying you guys to do.
Y'all won't stop until you're put on blast.
So this nurse out of Arkansas is named Amanda Nelson. She just got fired from her job. Tell me why this girl see a patient, a girl that she knew in the past that she doesn't like. She posted a girl my chart on her Snapchat close friends. This the girl right here, her name is Kaylee B. She had this to say about it. You can pause it to read it. And in the healthcare field, that is a big no-no. I don't care if you're a CNA, registered nurse, learner nurse, a nurse practitioner. They drilled that in our heads in school. Not only did she get fired, but her license got revoked. If you ever been a nurse in school, you know that is no joke. But if I'm Kaylee B in this situation, I'm suing the hell out of that hospital. But my healthcare workers know HIPAA doesn't play. Amanda Nelson will never be a nurse again.
I just got
Oh my God, so she's banned from nursing, like ever, in the whole country? Oh my God. Hopefully there's a way to appeal that. Imagine going through all those years of nursing school and just the careers just poof.
fired from my job for being sick. I got hired on March 7th. Somehow I got sick during my interview and I brought home a virus. Told them I wasn't going to be there. I finally get my training done and I'm in the classroom and I get a stomach bug. This is like a week and
I love how she didn't cut out the belch. Just bleh.
a half after I got over the cold. At this point, I'm pissing out my ass. So I told them
What?
I can't come to work. I'm on the toilet. After the stomach bug, I caught a cold, a head cold, and I have a fever. Can't go to work. In between all of this, me getting sick, I have 2 kids. My 2 kids are in childcare. If they are sick and can't go because they have vomiting, diarrhea, or a fever, I have to stay home with them. So if I'm getting sick and they're getting sick, we got 3 people circulating all these issues. And yeah, I had to stay home with them quite a few days when I felt okay. I finally get over the head cold
and I get a fucking chest cold, which I have right now.
Okay, well, I'm cutting off the video here because it is only halfway done. And it seems like this person has been sick nonstop. As soon as they got the job, huge red.
She got hired in March and has been absent more days than she's been present.
Oh,
I got
my
no
God.
warnings. Ma'am, you weren't there for them to warn you. Over 1,200 people agreed because you can't warn someone who's never in the building. And somebody else looked at the full picture. Sick all the time in court hearings. Sounds like this employer dodged a bullet. Over 4,600 people agreed with that.
I mean, if you're genuinely sick, obviously don't go to work. But it sounds like she was sick genuinely more often than she was at work. Like, you can't expect you to keep your job if you're that sick. You know, it's not realistic, is it?
And then one comment just asked the obvious. How you get sick that much? I haven't been sick that many times in 20 years. Over 1,000 people agreed. Look, nobody chooses to get sick, but a company doesn't hire you to not show up. At some point, the job needs a human in the seat. And if that human has been absent for most of their employment, the outcome writes itself.
So I went to work today and I got fired because of TikTok. I saw on Friday some girl from a different location that I don't even know viewed my profile because in my office I did my due diligence, whatever that word is, and I blocked everyone just in case because I know there's people out there that love to see you doing bad in your life. But I guess she found me. She doesn't have my phone number. She doesn't know my username, my last name. I really don't know how she found me, but as soon as I saw that she viewed my profile on Friday, I immediately blocked her. But I guess she saved my videos, sent it to the higher end in a different office, and they called me into the room today, told me to delete all my videos when...
Dude, so there's people out there who are spying on their colleagues to report them to senior management. Is that not the most sad, crazy thing to do? Just to like try and catch out your colleagues and like snitch and try and get them fired? My God.
And I was on break. I wasn't on company time. I was doing like come with me on my break videos in my car, never showing where I work, the location, the name of where I work, nothing. All they said was due to HIPAA, we're firing you.
Yeah, they gonna fire you if they paying you to be on the clock and you sitting over there making TikToks. Let's talk about it. Each and every day I see somebody get on this app and say, oh my God, I can't believe I lost my job for just making a TikTok. Excuse me, you can't believe it. What? And full on smocks and your patient over there falling out the bed and you over here doing 1-2 step. And you wonder why they call you to HR. Please make it make sense. Yes, they gonna fire you because it's probably your 3rd, 4th, or even 5th time of them telling you, stop making TikToks while you on the clock. For some strange reason, y'all think the comment sections override reality and that your boss is gonna fire you. They gonna fire your ass. And not only that, you have made your job your content. So your entire brand is included with your job. Because you're using your job as content. And not only are you making TikToks while...
Got fired from her job out of nowhere for TikTok videos that she had posted that her bosses did not like.
I just got fired.
So somebody had sent her bosses, the higher ups, some of her TikTok videos to which they didn't like, and now she's confused as to why she got fired. Now technically, most jobs have an at-will termination policy, meaning they can fire you over anything except for discrimination, things like gender, race, and religion, or things like retaliation, like if you report the fact that they are doing something illegal. So now Riley's wondering what she's going to do for money and is still confused as to why she got fired, so I went to her profile to kind of check things out.
In America, if you get fired, do they give you like severance pay? Like here in the UK, I think they would. Like I've never been fired, so I can't say with confidence. But I would imagine in the UK, if you get terminated, you're entitled to some kind of severance pay. Maybe like in America, does that exist, or literally are you just gone? You know, no pay, nothing, out the door.
See why. It seems as though she posts a lot of videos with dogs, regular girl content, but the one thing that I've noticed with a lot of her videos is it seems to be that she's doing it from within the office.
She got fired for doing TikToks on company time. She was getting paid to work, not to make TikToks, so yes, she was milking the company for money. That's why she was fired, if indeed she was making TikToks at work. And how did they even find the video? As if a public TikTok is private. as if an app designed to show your content.
Yeah, how did they find these videos? Like, honestly, you're better off if you have got TikTok or Insta or whatever, just like not using your name, your full name in your your username, like something completely random, and like hope that nobody finds you at work, because it just seems that, you know, there's colleagues that will try and get you fired.
To the maximum number of strangers is somehow a secret diary. It's not a question of how they found it. It's a question of why she thought they wouldn't. And somebody laid out the legal reality. Your job can fire you over your social media post if it brings bad light to the company. And if you cannot conduct yourself properly on social media, it brings bad light to the company, and therefore 100% grounds for termination. Go ahead, fact check me, I'll wait. In most states, your employer doesn't need a reason, but when you hand them one on a public platform, you've made their job easier.
So I just finished sending an email officially declining a full-time job position based on the fact that they want to run a social media screening, so a social media background check through a company called ClearStar.
There's companies that do that now. They check your background, your social media background, before they give you the job. Wow. We are living in crazy times, aren't we?
And actually, I was supposed to respond by yesterday, but I was kind of eating my Little Caesars pizza, and I just, it blew out my mind, but I got a follow-up email this morning, so I made sure to respond because I know how annoying it is when we're applying and we don't get responses. And this is the first time that I've ever had to encounter this. Like, I am fully aware that people are checking our social medias, and mine are very much public. I am a content creator on here, on Instagram, everything. And, you know, if someone snoops and they decide they don't want to contact me for an interview or anything, that's up to them, I understand. But basically, I looked up what this screening would consist of, and pretty much they will really look for you. Like, it doesn't matter if your emails are connected, if like you're providing your use, they will find you, essentially, is what I was gathering from that presentation that they posted on their website. And yes, I can private stuff, but again, if you're commenting on other people's posts, if you're engaging with other people's profiles, I'm sure they can pull that up as well.
I got fired today because the president of the company that I work for saw a video of me making a TikTok of my music in the bathroom. I understand that I was in the wrong for recording a video in the restroom.
Is that all he did? Oh my God. I don't know, guys. Does this one feels harsh. He's in the toilet. Like, he's not said anything bad about the company. He's not denigrated the customers or anything like that. He's just dancing in the toilet. Like, to get fired because of that seems crazy. He must have been like in his probation period, maybe.
But firing me without any type of warning or anything like that is kind of OD. It's not like I wasn't a hard worker. I'm sweating. They just pulled me off the clock midway through doing what I was doing. Like, it's not like I'm not working. I record when there's not else to do, because sometimes we have downtimes. There's not nothing to do.
This is a PSA to not post day in the life, get ready with me, come to work with me when you are really working. I don't care how much you blur it out, there's always going to be a slip up. If you guys know, I post content on here, Instagram, LinkedIn all the time. But I posted a video on here that got me fired. And like many other people, you want to advocate, say, hey, this is what a day in the life of a logistical analyst, procurement, whatever, right? You want to show people ask like, hey, what do you do in your day-to-day while you're working, to see if your career is something that they want to develop in. And like this video, it was really no different than my other content, except I kind of dived a little bit deeper and obviously too deep, right?
No, your job should never be content. I don't know what people are not understanding. If you can't create content outside of working, then do you really have a life? Because that's the question nobody wants to sit with. If the only interesting thing you have to film is your 9 to 5, the content isn't the problem. The problem is that your entire identity is your job.
Oh, man, this is just blowing my mind. On the one hand, I still think some of these firings or sackings, as they're called in the UK, are a bit harsh. The guy in the toilet, I feel like to fire him because of that is insane. He must have had prior warnings. Maybe he was in his probationary period. Like here in the UK, a lot of jobs will put you on a 3-month probation. If you pass probation, then you get, you know, you're a permanent employee. Maybe he was in that probationary period where they can terminate him at any time. Or maybe, you know, they had an eye on him already. Maybe they, you know, they weren't quite sure, and this was the thing that pushed them over the edge. But he was in the toilet. But then again, it sounds like he was on the toilet when work was light, as in he wasn't on his lunch break. He wasn't on a designated toilet break. He just ran into the toilet to film the content. Fine. I guess in that situation, it's definitely bad. But to sack him, to fire him, man, I feel like it's harsh. I feel like it's harsh. Some of the other ones, like the woman who worked at GameStop who showed where the safe was, insane. That's crazy. You would never do that. I mean, that is like the biggest sort of like come and get us thing you can ever do. But the toilet one, I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And if you did, check out this video right here and hit the join button below. See you there.